Oh, basically,
nearly every battleground state.
oh, you
So
know,
the question is, how do you possibly have faith or trust in this process? I do not.
only reason I say that is because, like you said, it's just
Irregularities that they
much
brought
other
to light
stuff.
are unacceptable.
You're like,
And by the way, there are hundreds and
he,
hundreds and hundreds of sworn
errors and
legal
stuff.
affidavits.
I'm still like with a chip on my shoulder about this whole idea, about like the whole idea about, you don't want to move forward in the such and such, as ability to lead, as such a ability to lead. So they're saying, oh, you don't have ability to lead, stand up, what do you call it, doubt? You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, we can't do that. And they're like, well, you know what? I still got a problem up here, and you know what? And I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. And y'all seem to be like the worst person in the world. Can't be like, can't be beat in the ethics in whatsoever. And that seemed to me to be like the main issue. That seemed to be unaddressed all the time. And something, remember.
Yeah, I didn't vote this year.
So you know, talk about that now. And he said, whatever, Titans, so it didn't matter.
Democrat or Republican, I consider myself maybe independent or libertarian.
But no, really, beyond being an Incubus fan, so what, right? And right? And so who cares, right? So like, remember times, right? It doesn't matter. Tammy Duckworth over there, and then arbitrarily you're like, so what do you think, right? What's your reaction? Dude, first of all, you'd be like, dude, you know, it's a frank the whole idea. You'd be like, frank, dude, I mean, like, you know, you'd be thinking the Sounders won, right? And like, you know, Timber was like hella talking shit, like, and then all of a sudden Montreal was like FC, and like, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, it's just like, so I'm thinking to myself, you know, so I'm like, why didn't Joe Lyons like do anything already? I mean, elect, you know, something elect, right? And then elect, right? Because like, you gotta say that still, right? And then you're like, oh, but then you're like, oh, why is stalemate? You just learn stalemate because like you're doing, you know, you're doing Excel sheets, right? You're like, well if, and you're like, oh, what?
Yes, sir.
And you're like, fuck the bro, right? And then you're like, dude, you're old, dude, not millennial. And they're like, big one's trying to get theirs, right? And so that gets into a whole other era. It doesn't matter. Don't matter the way you look. Any way you look at it, across the board, any way you look at it, it still means something.
Yes, sir. I don't know the
Okay.
exact number.
Now, ethically, what y'all talking about on, I'll leave that alone.
But I can tell you